Jumbo, Hotep, Shalom, Alafia. Blessed love to my beloved family. Priest Isaac here. To all our well-wishers and supporters, we would like to show appreciation by presenting this special offer. For a contribution of United States currency $50 or more, you will receive one or more USB flash drive filled with our various radio programs, lectures, even articles prepared and presented by myself. The more you contribute, the more you'll receive. Even a monthly contribution will ensure you of hours worth of information every time. So continue to follow us on the internet and continue to contribute. It is fully appreciated.
For more information on how to contribute, email theblackshepherd@live.com or call 268-728-3162.
Yes, we're recording, my God. Yes, family, blessed love, give thanks. Honorable Priest Isaac here with you. I was just watching a video here with my family.
Well, New York and co-founder of the American Eugenics Society.
Eugenics realized that they could not promote their agenda.
Alright, let me just pause this here, my family. That was a documentary we were watching on eugenics.
Eugenics.
Like genocide warfare. Trying to destroy the black people.
Correct.
You're not trying to destroy them.
White crackers.
The white crackers, you have it so correctly. Yes, family, blessed love once again. I'm just coming in for a moment here. Give thanks to the Sabbath pass, and I just wanted to address something most of you have already seen the title of the video, so you know what I'm going to get into. I hope I don't have to take too long to deal with this issue, but I just found that it was I would say an important issue, especially since it's something that people always ask me about. People like to use it to defend their own self and many different things. So Prince, we're going straight into this. So family, I don't know if you can hear that sound good. Yeah, family, this is almost like a live session you're having here. Just lighting my chalice while I listen to my brothers and my sister Margaret Holmes here. Punchline. Yeah, it's not in the highest grade, huh? Alright, let me pause it there. Yes, my brothers and sisters, give thanks again. The life-giver, the keeper of life, the Maui Haile Selassie. And of course, I know Priest Isaac here with you. Let me just say before I continue again, you know, my brothers and sisters, for those who have been trying to email me, I would say for at least 4 months now, I'm on the email again, blackshepherd@live.com, and I'm also on the Facebook again. Basically, you'd be surprised to know I did a video to announce that, but something went wrong with the whole video, so I didn't upload it again. But I'm not going to try to explain that now. I was actually locked out of my email, blocked from my Facebook about 4 months ago, 4.5 months ago, and simultaneously as well,
But I won't go into that right now. I mean, I didn't do nothing wrong. I have no criminal record whatsoever, you know, and not that I'm saying that means anything, because some of the greatest amongst us had quote-unquote criminal record. Marcus Garvey, Malcolm X, you know, even the Christ in the Bible. They executed him for being what they considered a criminal. But I'm just trying to show you, in reality, that this is a mystic world that we're living in. You just gotta always keep that in mind. It doesn't happen by chance that when our great leaders rise up to bring some sort of light to the enslaved, or to free the oppressed, or to enlighten those who have been in darkness for a while. I mean, the enemy gets on its back feet to make sure they take out such. But anyway, some other time I'll get deeper into that. So, now you don't have to be dread to be Rasta. And, you know, I don't want to play with words, you know. Dread may not be the apt term, but we know what we're speaking of here. We're speaking of the locks, you know. Rasta, again, that, believe me, that's not the apt term neither. You know, it's a shortened term for Rastafari. And the name Rastafari is so sacred that you'd have to consider, you know, if you really want to, you know, to make a nickname from it, or even to play with it. The children shall be called by his name. And Rastafari is the literal name of Haile Selassie. Rastafari. And it's interesting, that's prophecy there, that the children of this Messiah shall be actually called by his name, Rastafari. You know, with no disrespect to no one, you don't hear you call Christians Jesus Christ. You call them Christians. Muslims, you don't call them, you know, Prophet Muhammad, or even Allah, you call them. Some may carry the name Muhammad, some, not all. But in general, Rastafari, which is this movement of those that hail Haile Selassie I, we are actually called by his name. So that will lead me right into the subject. You don't have to be dread to be Rasta. Basically, you don't have to have locks to be Rasta. Now, when the brothers and sister Morgan Heritage and whoever else is behind of this song came out with it, I think it was in either 2000, 2001, 1999, somewhere around that era there. You know, from that time, you would hear a lot of people use this phrase, especially people that don't have locks, you know. And they will be quick to tell you, hey, remember, you know, you don't have to be dread to be Rasta, you know. And they do their best to ensure that you understand that locks is, you know, this is not a dreadlocks thing, you know. Now, I want to take a little time to make sure I break this down properly and build it up. I don't want to miss nothing at all. Now, I'm a Rastafari. Not Rasta, I'm a Rastafari. This is me speaking now. And I cannot speak for every Rastafari. And I would not even attempt to. But I can speak as an insider. You see, as an outsider, it ain't gonna work. But as an insider, I can tell you what's going on. Now, to be a Rastafari, the main thing, you listening? The main aspect of being a Rastafari is to accept the divinity of Haile Selassie I. I want you to get the words properly. A Rastafari is an individual that has accepted the divinity of Haile Selassie I. Okay, now one Rastafari, or if you want to say it, one Rasta then, one Rasta man would say, hey, Selassie is God. The next Rasta man will say, well, yeah, not God, Selassie is the Almighty God. And next Rasta will say, well, he's the returned Messiah. he's Christ. He may not be really necessarily the Almighty God. And then you get different versions of this one thing coming out. Listen to me. I have my outlook too. But outside of God, the Messiah, the returned Messiah, the Almighty God, the great prophet, any which one of these labels that you put on the emperor, from you come to the conclusion that you have accepted his divine nature. That individual that has accepted this and is working towards dealing with its imperfection, that is a Rastafari. That's my phone chiming there. I assume the phone agrees. Good. Now, outside of that now, for example, this song, you don't have to be dread to be Rasta. They go as far as to say this is not a dreadlocks thing. It's the divine conception of the heart. Now, what I explained to you a moment ago, just a while ago, that is a divine conception of the heart. Accepting the divine nature of the Emperor of Ethiopia, the 225th such from the lineage of King Solomon. That is the divine conception of the heart. But now it is also, whether you like it or not, a dreadlocks thing. I agree. It is a divine conception of the heart. But for you to say, this is not, listen to me, this is not a dreadlocks thing, I totally disagree. No, brothers, you got to hold that to yourself. This is a dreadlocks thing. Hey, listen to me. This is a eating thing too. This is a ritual, precept, statutes, morality. This is a lot of things in one. Rastafari is a movement. Rastafari is a culture. Rastafari is a livity. Rastafari is also a faith. Rastafari is also a theology. And you cannot downplay none of these different aspects that I just mentioned. So in other words, in the early days, those that accepted the divinity of Haile Selassie I, when they looked to the struggle, the rebellion, and the fight for liberation in Kenya, they saw the Mama warriors, General China, General, what's his name there? Kamachi. The other general is just kind of evading me now, but we've studied the history, man. So when they saw the Mama warriors with their dreadlocks, many of us in that time who were brushing back and afro and whatever, we said, hey, look at the real look here. When we bust the Bible, the book that they've been using to confuse us for so long. But the Rasta man, don't run from this now. Nobody tried to get away. The Rasta man took the Bible and said, hey, let's decode this stuff properly. Pardon me. And Numbers chapter 6 showed us that when a one decides to separate themselves unto the Creator, they grow their locks. And we don't have to limit ourselves to numbers, you know. If we want to get real, we could go deep into history. I just showed you the Mama. Hannibal the Great, Baka, on his coins. One side is the elephant, and the other side you see Hannibal with his dreadlocks. The oldest, listen to me, the oldest paintings of the Christ man with his dreadlocks. In many of the tombs of Kemet and on the walls, you see our brothers and sisters with the dreadlocks. So the point is the dreadlocks. It's a natural thing. When the Bible again said Samson had 7 locks, some dictionaries try to tell you that a lock of the hair is like a strand of hair with a lock. Give me a break. So what's 7 locks then? 7 strand of hairs? No, man, come on. 7 locks. Samson had 7 what we would call in the Caribbean booty. So these are dreadlocks. Elijah, when they ran to the king and said, this prophet came and brought this judgment to you, the king said, describe him for me. And the man said he was a hairy man. That's Elijah. Dreadlocks again. Samuel, Samson, them some people, dreadlocks again. Because Samuel never cut his hair from the day he was born, it's written. The same thing about John the Baptizer. Some people call him John the Baptist. I'm sure he wasn't a Baptist at all. So we're talking about dreadlocks. Aaron, according to Psalms 133, his beard went to the ground. So I assume his booty wasn't too far away neither. So the point is that the locks is key amongst the followers. There's a science here. So as Rastafari now, the locks is a key part of the culture. Please listen. The locks is a key part of the culture. So if somebody write a song and say, it ain't what you eat that make you Rasta, then all of a sudden now people would be chomping down their spear ribs. You eating the ribs of a cow. You eating the ribs of a pig. Even my computer agree now. What's going on? You eating the ribs of a pig, barbecue sauce, and want to look at me and say, well, you know, it ain't what you eat that makes you Rasta. This isn't a menu thing. It's the divine conception of the heart. Yeah, I'm telling you. But you're not aware of what the rib's gonna do to your heart. So the point is here that Rastafari, you can't come from outside and try to change the rules. Please don't turn this video off here. I have a little more to say. I want you to get the full picture. But I'm laying this foundation clear. You cannot come from outside and change the rules. You don't have to be dragged. And then go as far as to say, it is not a dreadlocks thing. Well, I'm going to rub that line out. It is. Again, repeat. It is a dreadlock thing. Rastafari I speaking about. I know you can start, oh well, you know, Haile Selassie didn't have locks. You talk about Marcus Garvey didn't have locks. Well, first of all, I don't want to sound, you know, too, as we say, boast, eh? But remember, you're speaking to me. Me you're talking to. I can answer any of them questions. Once it has to do with the theology of Rastafari, believe me, I have the answer. I'm not going to even go into the depths here. The most I would say for now, especially for those who genuinely want an answer to that, you know, especially as Rasta and so, because many ones can't even begin to answer that, you know. The emperor without locks, as such. You know, and I don't like to touch these things and don't go all in, you know. The fact that I'm just going to nip this is going to encourage me to do a video very soon and cover that whole topic. But even in the 7th chapter of Isaiah, when it speaks about the coming of the Lord, there was one scripture that clearly says, in that day, in the coming of the Lord shall shave the head and consume the beard with a razor. And this razor was considered to be borrowed from beyond the rivers, from Assyria. It's a deep science, man. Allegory. The allegory is deep. When you understand beyond the rivers of Assyria and the pagan country, and he shall consume his beard and shave his head with a razor. It's deep. But you can ponder that. I'll make you play with that. I won't go no more into that subject specifically, because that's very, very deep. In fact, you should look at the DVD documentary 7. It's right there on the YouTube channel. 7. When I go into the Mask of Lord Packle and these different things. Okay, now. I, for sure, am acquainted with many people that have no locks, and I know for sure that they are Rastafari. I personally, when I accepted the king, I had no locks on my head. That's me now I'm talking about. When I said, hey, this is how the story really goes, there was no locks on my head. But I could give you the day and the time and the hour when I came to that decision, and from that moment my clock start over anew. And I've been Rastafari from that time till now I talking to you and beyond. But I did not have locks on my head at that time. So what you gonna tell me? I was not Rastafari? In fact, it was almost a year after that when I began the locksing process as such. I still went to the barber and marked out a little thing and that. Who you laughing for? I'm talking, I was young, you know, my children would laugh when they hear that. They don't know their father like nothing close to that. So when I would tell them these things, they were like, what? See a picture of some long time ago, they'll say, wait, that's you? Yeah. But this is long time ago I'm talking about, man. Yeah. But I was already there. In fact, I even began my radio program talking Rastafari to the nation where I live. That was a unique thing. And I did not even have locks on my head, and I was even criticized for that. Which that didn't mean nothing to me, because I knew where I was going. Bam. So it's not like I do not comprehend the science of being Rasta at heart. But you heard me clearly explain. Within a year's time, I made the decision to put on what we call my crown. It is an essential part of this livity. And specifically in the Bobo Shanti, you got to have locks. You don't come playing around and pretend, and you can't be doing no funny thing and no shaving and nah. To be a part of this Congress, it's against the law. That's it. We're dealing with the original culture of a human being. That's what Rastafari is now. Outside of the divinity now, it is accepting the original, repeat, the original culture of a human being, the original way we used to walk and talk. And I'm telling my brothers and sisters, love me or love me not, that's your business. We're not supposed to be eating no animals neither. None of them. None. The swimmers with fins and gills and scales, we need to stop eating them too. When I say we, not me, I mean, hey, them days I was talking about, since then I haven't oppressed none of my brothers on sea or on the land. Who did that sing that song there? Turbulence. Run cow, run pig, run for your life. You know, that's a yeah, see the cannibal coming with the knife. That's a nice little tune there, man. Yeah. So, but what I'm saying here, in reality, my brothers and sisters, Rastafari is something from the heart, eh? It's something from the heart. It's something that deals directly to your spirit. But it has an outward expression.
It has an outward expression. I know individuals who had locks and they don't have locks anymore. For years, decades, they just never put it on. Some of them went through some terrible ordeal, even imprisonment, and lose their locks in prison. But many have lost their locks in prison. Some of you listening to me may have lost your locks in prison. And you came back and you put on your crown. You went back in prison, lost it, come out, you put back on your crown again. Some ones go through it and they just, some of them even change their life a bit to kind of fit into society. But at heart, they're still heartical. They have not become evil as such, in the sense that they're stealing from no one. They ain't gonna kill nobody. Some of them, even their dads go back a little. Some of them were heartical idolists in the early days. But they're sipping on a little chicken now and maybe a bit of fish. But they don't go no further than that. And when they see you, they still say, yes, I Rastafari, and you know, and all of that. And they buy the little 10 bags still. And I am telling you, who am I to deny them? Who am I to deny anyone? Rastafari children, we all are. All. So once it's life, nature, it could be a tree, a bird, or an octopus. It's Rastafari. You understand me? Once it's nature, once it has a spirit, once it's life, Rastafari is the creator of all things, head creator. That's the definition, chief creator. And creation, that's us. Whether you believe in the divinity or not. Some children don't even know of the emperor, much less to talk about accepting divinity. You see? So that shows you now it's a deeper thing. It's an instinct. Because we all were born accepting that divinity of the emperor. The emperor, as you know him, 5'1", 100 and how, what it is, pounds, emperor of Ethiopia, is the embodiment of that living spirit that we have been born with instinctively to adore. It's some deep science in it. But history and prophecy and life experience and knowledge put everything together. And because we have been robbed of that, that spirit came in flesh amongst us so that we could see with our eyes and say, oh, there he is again. Yeah. And accept him all over. Rastafari is an original liberty, the original culture of the earth, and the locks is a key part of it. So to say it is not a dreadlocks thing, I disagree with that. I have brethren that will just full out bun the song, you know, fire bun that, you have our locks with Rasta, and you're done. Well, I just explained myself, you know. It's almost like two sides of the same coin. Because I just told you everyone is Rasta. All that is nature is Rastafari, whether you like it or not. But Rastafari as a faith, as a theology too, is a specific, precise dimension. The divinity of the King of Kings and the Lord of Lords. So if you're hailing Haile Selassie, the first children, listen, man, you don't really need too much spies right now, no ducking and hiding. Just throw on your crown. It's a part of the liberty. Throw on your crown. Yeah, straight up. Don't make these you don't have to dread to be Rasta song and all of that. That has turned many people aside from putting on the crown. We know what music does. Don't fool yourself, you know. We know what music does. Many of us have made decisions listening to a song. And at any given time, this is a very popular song. At any given time, somebody could be at the crossroads of their life and they say, look, I want to put on my crown. And while they're thinking of it, somebody just passed playing that song. You don't have to be dread to be Rasta. And they say, yeah, for real, you know. Boy, give thanks to that boy, and that's it. Wow. You better put on your crown, you know. Yeah, but give thanks.
Holy Emmanuel eyes. Lassie Jah. Rastafari. How long did we take for this? 29 minutes. Okay, my brothers and sisters, listen. Give thanks for your presence with us. Give thanks for your holy vibration. And I hope the message was clear. Remember the Black Rights Agenda also coming up for next by next Sabbath. We have the Black Rights Agenda up, dealing with Empress Mary Earth Day, as well as the Woman Freedom Liberation League. So give thanks to the life giver and the keeper of life. Ever living. Holy Emmanuel eyes. Rastafari.
Bless.
Jumbo, Hotep, Shalom, Alafia. Blessed love to my beloved family. Priest Isaac here. To all our well-wishers and supporters, we would like to show appreciation by presenting this special offer. For a contribution of United States currency $50 or more, you will receive one or more USB flash drive filled with our various radio programs, lectures, even articles prepared and presented by myself. The more you contribute, the more you'll receive. Even a monthly contribution will ensure you of hours worth of information every time. So continue to follow us on the internet and continue to contribute. It is fully appreciated.
For more